Ren and Stimpy, they were like instant hits. If I can meet any two people off the TV, it'd be those two guys. So you can probably imagine how much I bugged my mum just to get me this game. It's great to have such a candid look into the everyday lives of Ren and Stimpy. It's what it's like when those cameras get turned off. Story goes, Stimpy's new invention explodes and it scatters pieces all over their neighbourhood. So right from the first level, I got really excited. You actually get a pretty intense look at the lives of Ren and Stimpy. The levels cover a bunch of locations they hang out at, and you get this map too so you don't get lost. And it's not like it's all work either, you get to go check out the zoo, and you even head outside to some kind of park. It's not all walking though, Proving they're true environmental pioneers, they get around using some pretty simple, cost-effective and totally earth-friendly methods. So you do everything pretty much together, which is kind of cool. I hate those games based off duos or teams, but you only ever get to see, the one person in action at a time. It doesn't make sense. So depending on who you select, you've got a whole range of different moves. But most of them rely on having the other one close by, which makes the two-player mode like a crazy test of skills, working in tandem. So when it comes to beating down the bad dudes, there's a whole bunch of ways to dish out some real damage, usually involving, throwing your partner as a weapon. And actually for a platformer, there is heaps of button combos. Pressing down on the special button will perform a dig move, and pressing up and jump does like a super jump. You've got a hell of a lot of moves, but yeah, seriously, there's a hell of a lot of enemies. I guess it all just comes down to location. Ren and Stimpy, they get into some areas where cats and small dogs don't really stand a chance, which is probably why half the time you're avoiding the bigger dudes. Which is cool, on the street, we call it the fight or flee. I never fled myself, but it's too easy for celebrities to get mixed up, in situations full of negative publicity. I'm not saying they can't fight, because there is this one boss, and you need to go up against him, and it's a pretty full-on event. You're up against a professional wrestler, with training and years of experience knocking people out. Ren and Stimpy though, they fully got it covered. For animals that can take so much punishment, there's never really a reason to worry. As you play through more and more levels, you collect more and more pieces, and it totally starts looking like it's all coming together, It's really amazing to see how far Beaver Power has truly come. The final stage totally takes place in the machine itself. See, after you've reassembled it, you still need to turn it off. This last level, it actually caused a bit of an uproar here. You see, all this machinery and science, it's scary stuff. To know there's actually these devices, covered in electricity, chemicals, fire, and pretty much all these different kinds of death. It was pretty confronting, but it made a killer last stage. And for your reward, you get to watch the boys unwind. Ren and Stimpy, they couldn't go wrong. It's a great game. I think more than anything, it's a pretty valuable look at how those dudes just get things done.